What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 5-3. Man, I'm back again, story time, yeah. Back again, man. This one right here. Man. This one I'm digging into the archives on. First and foremost, before we even go deep into this type story right here, this is about hold on. This is about some gang stuff that happened in LA. How LA was back in the day. How LA was back in the day, man. I'm telling this story based on that. Now listen. It's a lot of people that see LA of today. They see South Central of today in these 2000s, man, 24. And youngsters in other places coming up, they look at South Central LA now pretty much somewhat as a joke. Can I be mad about that? No. Because it's a lot of stuff going in Southern California now that I look at as a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's just on some real life joke type status. It's a lot I'm talking about from I'm not even the whole scene, the whole aura, the whole everything about LA of today is not the LA of the past. Especially in the gang scene. Now, at one time, I could honestly say I could woo as far as claiming for you know what I'm saying, LA to be the gang capital of the world. Could have believed, at one time believed it wholeheartedly because it showed. It showed all the time. The LA up to date? No. No. Not by far. Too many things have changed. Too many lines have been blurred. It's just one big melting pot of whoever cool with whoever like whoever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever I choose to rub elbows with, I can do that. And what? During my time in them late 70s and all through them 80s, no, you couldn't have did that. You couldn't have went out and just picked and choose who you want to be cool with, who you want to rub elbows with, because y'all might have had a relationship in prison, or because you a rapper and he a rapper, or you passing licks and they pass and they passing licks, and so we cool. In the 70s and 80s, you couldn't have did that. Now, you got some people that did. You know what I'm saying? Of course, hey, the whole thing don't fit everybody. But on an overall consensus, it was a 90% no. No. LA was serious about their gang banging then. They was deadly serious about it. It was on. It wasn't nothing to play with. Now, are dudes still losing their life today in LA behind it? Yeah, true enough. Yes, they are. But it's different. The style is different. It's just like in football, man. You can win a game, but you got a thing called style points. You got points because you put on with flair, with finesse, with style. The flair and finesse and style that South Central, that LA had back during that time, they don't have that no more. No, it's not like that no more. The closest thing that comes to it is when dudes I call it it's set day. Yeah, everybody got a set day. But I call it dress up day too. When I don't feel like being nice and cordial and friendly, I call it what it is. It's dress up day. Why you call it dress up day? Because that's when everybody dresses up like they really about that life, and they go hang out with each other and stand around like they really about that life. And a lot of times I don't give a dang who said it is. The majority of the fools hanging out Ain't about that life. Ain't finna throw rice at a wedding if they was the best man. Go to talking about taking a field trip. Nope, 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 nope. Not I, says the fat man. You know what I'm saying? Now all of them there got the same tattoos as each other, but at the drop of a hat, they'll do something quick to each other. But somebody else, nope. Don't want to take the field trip. Got an excuse. And you know what I'm saying? I've been out long enough now. I done witnessed, I done seen it. When I go back to LA all the time, I see it, you know? Like I say, and not just in my set, you know? First and foremost, I don't want people to think that I'm promoting gang activity, I'm promoting gang violence, or I'm glorifying it. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I want people to take from this. But I'm finna speak some historical facts. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about, a lot of people ask me a lot of stuff about LA. Now, of course, y'all know when I'm speaking on LA, I'm speaking on the whole Southern California, not just South Central. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all, I'm not finna try to name all the different boroughs and areas, but the whole Southern California, man. All of it's gang related. But anyway, things used to be a whole lot more serious, man. In them late 70s, early 80s, all through the 80s, a whole lot more serious. A lot more serious. And, you know, people who don't know, you ain't gonna never know, because those days are gone. Those days ain't gonna never come back. They gone. You know what I'm saying? If they do come back, you know what I'm saying? You never know. They say everything makes a comeback. They say everything has a cycle. Dress codes, everything. It makes a full swing and come back. So if it do, hey, I don't know. But do I see it coming back to what it was back then? Not no time soon. Not no time soon, yo. The loss of life back then, though, was horrendous. I ain't gonna lie, man. The loss of life back then, it was horrendous. You know what I'm saying? Fools was dropping like 90 going north. They was dropping, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just the people who were in the gang life. No, it wasn't just them. You know, you had a lot of civilian casualties that went on back then, because back then didn't nobody care. Didn't nobody care about other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Me being one. And I'm gonna get to the story because I got a story about it. I'm gonna get to it. Y'all just bear with me. But yeah, man, it was real crucial, man. In them 80s, man, we went through a time period to where 8 to 80, blind, crippling, crazy. You could get it. You know what I'm saying? And when I say you could get it, 8 to 80, blind, crippling, crazy, I'm talking about your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your grandfather, your auntie, your uncle, your sister, your brother, your cousin, and your kids. Back then, that was the LA I grew up in. It was on. Everybody was fair game. LA had got to the LA gang scene, man, it had got to the point to where, man, it got so crucial that back then, that when dudes would leave out on the hunt, they not even leaving out on the hunt looking for you. And as when I say you, I'm talking about the gang banging target from whatever set you may be from. They ain't even looking for you. Could care less about catching you just now. Because they might have been on your head for so long and couldn't find you. Can't find him, man. Where is he at? You know what I'm saying? He ducking and dodging, turning corners. We knew back then what to bring you out the woodwork. On purpose, dudes was on purpose going after your family. Going after your family and your loved ones. Like I say, wasn't nothing taboo back then. It wasn't, man. It was vicious. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? Knock at the door, boop, boop, boop. Whoever answered it, got it. Come through in the drive-by. whoever there, getting it. And back then, didn't nobody care. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody care. You had some. And you was like, man, they was, you know, y'all was savages. And you dudes out of LA back then, y'all was savages. But that was the mentality. That was the way people, you know, little homie, young homies was being raised. One set over here might do something, and ooh, now everybody want to do it. One set over there might do something, and it's like, ooh, now everybody want to do it. Everybody want their name up in lights. Everybody want to be talked about when you're in the county jail just kicking the bobos over the tier. Want they set talked about, hey man, them whoopty whams, man, them fools terrible, boy. Y'all heard about what they did? You know, it was a badge of honor to hear your set talked about being involved in some of this wild, crazy stuff that was going on in LA, man, back then. Wow, man. When I can honestly tell you that people back then, life meant nothing to them, civilians or participants, it didn't mean nothing, man. Didn't mean nothing. And the reason why I can talk about it, some people can't talk about it because they wasn't involved. But the reason why I can talk about it, because I was involved. You know, I was one of them that didn't care nothing about you. If we was after you, didn't care, man, I didn't care nothing about you, your kids, your mama, your grandparents, no, none of that. When I came through, boy, everybody better be getting somewhere. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Man, I told y'all in one of my stories, back when I had the Death Mobile, driving through Villain Hood one day, and a lady seen the car and went to hollering, pointing at my car. That's that car. That's that car. She ran off the porch, grabbed her little baby up in her arms, and ran back in the house. Pew! Hollering, pointing. I wasn't even on the bull. Just coming through, doing my reconnaissance. She seen that car. I was like, oh no, that's him. But that was the way I was back then. Of course, that person no longer exists. When I say that person, I'm talking about the person I was then. He no longer exists. But I'm just giving it to you how it happened back then. The person I was back then. You know what I'm saying? A real live, what's the word I'm looking for? A sociopath. I was a sociopath at one time. I didn't know what that word meant one time. At one time, I didn't know what that word meant until when I started going to prison, getting the psych evaluations and stuff. And the psychiatrist told me, say, young man, you're a sociopath. I didn't know what he was talking about. Socio who? A path what? I had to look it up later on. And once I looked it up, like, dang, it was a few things in there that I knew for a fact pertained to me. You know? When I was on the street back then, man, and you was beefing with the turf, your area, your section was gonna see a bad day. Your section in your area was gonna see a bad day. I know for a fact it's a lot of sections that at that time were the few that didn't get along with us back then. Had some horrendous stuff happen to them. To this day, they might think somebody over there did it, somebody over there, or who, you know what I'm saying? It was the cartoon Crazy Race show that came through. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all the one incident that happened. And like I say, I don't want y'all to look at me like I'm a monster, because like my book is almost finished written. I've almost finished writing it, and it's finna go in, get edited and go into production. And the title of my book is a product of my environment. It says I was a product of my environment. And that's what I was at that time back then, y'all. I was a product of my environment because the environment that I was raised into taught us this. It showed us this. It let us know that all the sociopathic things that we are doing, it's okay. This is what we promote. This is what we want y'all to do. Okay, cool. Now when you give a sociopathic lunatic an open platform to act out, then act out he will. And act out I did. Yeah. Man, one day, homies sitting around running their mouth, talking. Now, anybody from my set, from my age group that you know what I'm saying, that was around when I'll be around and wasn't scary and wasn't scared to hang out and was scared to be in the park when I was in the park, they'll tell you, don't be around me talking that extra talk about who we get along with, who we don't get along with, what this said did to us, and don't do it around me, because I can put up with about 3 minutes of it before I'm say, man, bump that, homie, let's go. Coach, you talk about, man, get in the car, let's go. We finna go. We finna put some work in. We finna go get them. Y'all stand around talking about it, then we finna be about it. We finna go get them. Pop all that talking. They right down the street, or they right across that street, or they right across this street, or they on that side of town, wherever they may have been at. What number the car ride away to me? You feel me? Put the gas in it and let's go. Coming through like Jaws. Dun 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 dun. And I can run back then, boy, real fast. I was gonna jump out the car and hawk you down, run you down. Nah, but some of them little, ooh, man, I jumped out on some fools, boy. They took off, and I'm like, ooh, god dang. Didn't even try to chase him. Well, I wasn't finna catch him. Bump that. But anyway, on one of these faithful nights, homie standing around talking too much about this set, and you know what I'm saying. Of course, y'all know I'm not finna name names and name sets and all that old crazy stuff. But you know what I'm saying, in them 80s, whether it was Crip or Blood, fools knew who got along with us and who didn't. So, you know what I'm saying? And hey, it was LA. You know what I'm saying? If, like I say, if fools beefed with Avalon, they felt my wrath. Anyway, so homie sitting down talking. Man, woo, man, and this, and yeah, woo, that, yeah. Dang. I hit my breaking point. Bump, man, bump that. Let's go. Let's go. Now, of course, Crazy Ray, I didn't even have to say let's go with him. He already knew. When I go to, man, Ray already know. Ray know what the next step is. He feeling on his pockets, looking for the car keys. We finna do it. Work, here we come. So now it was one particular homie, cuz he was just talking. I say, cuz, you going with us. Man, what we going to do? Man, what we going to do? Cuz, we finna go put some work in. We finna go handle this. All right. A lot of them do that. You know, a lot back then, a lot of them did. All right, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Even if inside of themselves, even if they really wasn't with it, they wasn't going to show it. They was, all right, cuz, you know what I'm saying? I had a few show it, but now the majority going to be like, all right, cuz, you know, woo. All right, cool. We take off. I'm in the back seat. He in the passenger seat. The homie Ray driving. So we went to a certain part of LA. I'm like, cuz, look, these fools be hanging out, homie. They be around here. They be around here. So boom, he was like, all right, so we looking, we on the hunt. We on the hunt. We looking. So we go up and down certain streets, you know what I'm saying? Every set in LA got certain streets that they hang on. They're gonna have, it's always gonna be at least one, sometimes two. But you know what I'm saying? You always patrol them streets. It's a certain way you want to patrol them, because if they set was like ours back then, that just like back then trying to come down 49th Street looking the wrong way. Now in our set we call for, that's the back street. Trying to come down the back street, which is 49th Street. Back then, come down that street the wrong way if you want to. Man, by the time, if you turned in off Avalon, by the time you hit San Pedro, man, your car looked like cheese. If you turned in off San Pedro, by the time you even tried to even hit Avalon, your car looked like cheese. And that was if it even made it. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know you just couldn't come through. We knew all the homies' cars. And if you come through going too slow, we finna trip, especially if your lights turned off and all that. Oh, you know you finna get it. If you come speed, it ain't even no talking. Come down that street back then fast, real fast. Man, homies finna start dumping from every which away with no qualms or questions about it. You know what I'm saying? I done seen homies' car get shot up a couple of times playing. They want to play. All right, stop playing. But now, me and the two homies, we through somebody, we coming through somebody's section, and we don't see nobody from that section hanging out. Now we knew where a couple of them stayed. So I'm like, cuz, man, don't such and such in the greenhouse? That's where his mama stay, huh? He like, yeah. So I tell a homie in the passenger seat, I say, cuz, look, Bubba, we can't find him. Hey, look, we finna park down the street. I want you to get out the car. I said, I want you to walk down there, knock on the door. I say, cuz, whoever answered the door, bust him. So the homie looked at me. He said, what? I say, cuz, so I repeated it. He like, dang, cuz, but what if he don't answer the door? I said, cuz, I don't give a dang who answered the door. Give him the business. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I didn't say give him the business back then. I was like, blast him. Blast him, cuz. He was like, man, Tune, cuz, man, come on, cuz, you tripping, cuz, man. I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying? He say, cuz, man, little kid, man, old people, whatever. I don't care who answered the door. You know what I'm saying? Then let them know Avalon did it. Needless to say, he wasn't with it. I got mad. I told him, I said, cuz, I'm going to deal with you. Give me the gun. Give me the heat. I deal with you back at the park. He like, man, Big Tune, cuz, you see it, cuz, you tripping. I was like, cuz, watch out, fool. Man, I don't do no playing. It's Avalon. Took off down the street. Boom, 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 boom. Knocking at the door. I got the heat behind my back. Knocking at the door. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ain't nobody answering. Boom, 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 boom. Ain't nobody answering. Boom, 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 boom. Didn't nobody answer. I'm like, dang, I'm hot now. So now my first mind telling me, man, just go to the front picture window and just shoot all up in the picture window. I said, no, if ain't nobody in there, I ain't finna waste no shells. So I leave, come back, get in the car. Homie looking at me. So now Ray, you know, you ain't heard no shots or none of Ray like, cuz, what's up? I'm like, homie, man, nobody answered the door. He like, for real? I'm like, yeah, cuz. I said, come on, man, bump it. You know what I'm saying? We come back tomorrow. Bet. So we leave. We drive off. So as we get in there, I'm telling the homie in the passenger, I'm like, cuz, man, that was some scary stuff, cuz, man. I said, cuz, you scary, fool. I don't even know why I took you with us anyway, homie. No, cuz, I ain't scary, man. It just, You know what I'm saying? I want to get who we gonna get, cuz I don't want to do nothing nobody family members and this, that, and that. So, you know, like I say, back then, I was a totally different person. I'm like, cuz, F that. I don't care about nobody family members. Care about none of that. Everybody get it. Cuz, what greater pain can you inflict than that? You know what I'm saying? You got some fools would rather you to got them than got their family. Cuz we about doing ultimate damage, mental damage, the whole hookup. So the homie looked at me like, cuz, man, something wrong with you, man. Cuz, he said, cuz, you can call me what you want to. I don't get down like that, homie. No, cuz, I don't get down like that. I say, cuz, when you get in this car, that's how we get down. He was like, oh, well, shoot, you ain't got to worry about it, cuz. I ain't getting in the car with y'all no more. Something wrong with both of y'all anyway, cuz. Everybody knows something wrong with both of y'all. Yeah. We get back to the park. Cuz get out. Did trip. Stood around for about another hour or so. One of the homies come to me. He had been over there talking to the homie. So he like Tune, cuz. He said, man, what this fool talking about, man? I'm like, cuz, I don't know what he talking about. What he say? He like, cuz, man, he said that you told him to get out, knock on the door, cuz whoever answered the door, smoke him. I say, yeah, I told him that, homie. Yeah, I did. Why? What's up? He like, no, cuz, what if the fool, mama or grandmama or kids or something, cuz. That's what he tripping on, you know. I'm like, oh, cuz, well, he got something to trip about, because I meant exactly what I said. I wouldn't get cuz. Did he tell you I went and knocked on the door? He was like, yeah. I say, all right then, cuz. When I knock, whoever would have answered that door, cuz, they done went to the upper room. Of course, I didn't say upper room back then, you know. He was like, cuz, you for real? I'm like, yeah. That's how me and Ray get in. He was like, all right, cuz. You know, all right. And that was how me and Ray got out back then, cuz. We didn't care nothing about none of that, for real, you know. Now, I remember one time, Ray asked me to spare, in a whole nother story I told y'all about, drew down on this person, and they was, you know, Ray was like, no, cuz. You know, other than that, that was the only time he had ever said, no, I don't know, I guess he wasn't feeling it that night. But yeah. That was the sickness that LA bred back then. You know what I'm saying? That was the way they raised us. You know what I'm saying? We was some real, they talk about what's a goon to a goblin. Man, bump a goon and a goblin. Man, we was some in a whole different realm, you know? But that was the way we was raised back then. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I say, when you give somebody probably loose in the head already, an open platform to do whatever, and it's all right, then they gonna do whatever. And back then at that time, that was me. Of course, like I tell you all the time, that is, you know what I'm saying, I no longer me. That's something that I would never, ever have anything to do with again in this day and age, as far as other people. Now, you know what I'm saying? If I set my sights on a certain target behind, you know, indiscretions, that's something different. But as far as they family and all that, no, not on purpose at least. You know, but like I say, ain't to glorify it, just, you know, giving you a synopsis of how LA was in you know, back then in the 80s, and one of the reasons why it was that way, you know, because it was so many people getting down like that. So many people, you know what I'm saying? You hear about it happening over here. You hear about it happening over there. You hear about it that, you know what I'm saying? And though, you know, people that was like-minded was like, oh, cuz, man, shoot, man, we ain't gonna be left out. We finna get down like that too. You feel what I'm saying? That's when you say, cuz, we finna get down like that too. We ain't finna be left out, cuz we down too. You know? And that's how that sickness would spread. You know, it spread. It was what it was. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, or see. You know. But yeah, man, that's That's that quick little get down like that, man. Anyway, like I say, them times gone. I don't want those times to ever come back. I like how people get along nowadays. I like how the ability to get along in LA with people that at one time you thought you never could get along with. I like how people are doing that now. You know what I'm saying? It shows me that LA ain't a lost cause. It shows me that there is some redemption for us, you know, to put all the foolishness aside that we've been indoctrinating ourselves with for the last 50 some years, put it to the side, and let's usher in a new era, you know. That way we ain't got to worry about our kids leaving here prematurely, or family members leaving here prematurely, you know. But anyway, man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 5-3. I represent the gangsters, homie. Y'all stay safe, man. Peace. I'm out. Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie.